Hey you guys, it's Julie and Kim over here, Protocol Sports Systems. We are talking sciatica today. Sciatica, the biggest pain in the butt that we know of, right? We get this a lot where people come in and they tell us that they have sciatica all over their entire body. But true sciatica actually comes from this thing called your sciatic nerve. So you can't have sciatica in your elbow, you can't have sciatica in your shoulder, you can't have sciatica in your neck. You can only actually have it from the lower half of your body. So what is sciatica? Sciatic nerve actually runs from the base of your low back, L4, L5, S1, and it actually runs down on both sides of each glute underneath this piriformis muscle, and it runs down like this all the way down the leg until it hits to the knee, in which it breaks off into two different nerve patterns down the side of the leg and into the back of the leg. So true sciatica you can only have down the back side of your leg. Okay, so that's one thing. So if you're having any kind of pain in the front of your body, that is a whole different nerve root pattern. But today we're going to talk about sciatica, which only goes down to the back side of the leg. So we are going to show you two different tests for that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see whether it comes from the disc, which is associated with L5, S1, the lower part of your back, which takes the majority of your weight. If you notice, this is the model for the low back, spine, and for the pelvis. The yellow is actually the nerve root that comes out of your spinal cord. L5, S1 sits right here, L4, L5 right here. So if the disc gets compressed, it can push onto the nerves and send pain down your leg. The other thing would be the peripheral entrapment for sciatica, which comes under the muscle. So true sciatic nerve runs under the glutes and under this piriformis, which is part of your lateral rotator in the backside of your pelvis. And then it runs right here all the way down your leg. So if this gets too tight, you guys, all of you that are doing tons of hip thrusters and glute raises and all that good stuff, you can actually pinch off a little bit and entrap a little bit of that sciatic nerve. So two tests that you're going to do. The first one is going to be for a disc. So the first thing we're going to do is called a slump test. And what you're going to do is you're going to sit on the table and you're going to start by slumping, rounding your shoulders, rounding everything, collapse down, tip your head down. And if that increases the pain down the leg, it could possibly be disc related. Now, the second thing on this slump test is if you still don't have it, you're going to extend your leg and then you're going to pull your foot back because that pulls the stretch onto the nerve. If that creates pain down the leg and you test positive, more than likely you're going to have that coming from disc. So that is going to be positive for more disc because it pushes all of the weight into the disc and then stretches the nerve. If that is not what you're feeling and you just feel a tight hamstring, totally different than the nerve, burny, achy, tingly, prickly, sharp, that is your nerve pain. If you don't have that, then it potentially could be coming from piriformis. A way to test for piriformis, you're going to sit onto a table or a chair, something where your feet are dangling. And then what you're going to do is you're going to either yourself or have somebody else come and push their knees together. And as you resist them pushing your knees together, what will happen is if it is in your piriformis, it will zip down your rear end and down your leg. Now the thing is with piriformis entrapment, it'll only go to the base of the knee on the back side. If it's true sciatica from the nerve root, it could go all the way down into your ankle and into the top of your foot. So that's another thing to pay attention to. Here's the biggest issue with people we see with sciatica. So what we see is we see postural dysfunction because you have this big pelvis sitting on the base of this spine, which is taking all of the impact of your body. The pelvis, remember, it moves and adapts to all of the tension that's placed. So if you're standing, come up here, Kim. If Kim is standing and she's standing on one leg, What's happening is she's tilting her pelvis one side more than the other, and or rotating her pelvis forward. Every time she does that, the vertebrae and the nerves adapt up top, and that can touch and put pressure into this nerve root. So there's three ways. There's the disc, which is compression and touching into the nerve and compression into the nerve from the nerve root. It can be piriformis, which is more muscular, where the muscles get entrapped and compress into the nerve root. Or most of the time what will happen is it's postural, where the pelvis gets pulled because the muscles are too tight, compressing and touching that nerve root. So if that works for you, try those three tests. And if not, go to the doctor, because then they get to take a chance and take a look at what's going on with you. So hopefully that helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to DM us. Come in for a 15-minute assessment and we can do it for you. I hope you have a great one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.